style of yoga is even considered a breathing practice. Perfect. I love our cozy little circle. Is considered a breathing practice. I probably am most excited about the breathwork workshop. And Debbie's husband, Nick, is teaching that. Nick is such an amazing talent. He's an acupuncturist. He's been coming here since he was a student at F&M a long time ago. And he's just got a lot to share. And then the last one will be a meditation workshop. That one is on the 21st. So 3 in a row. There's a bundle price for all of them, or just do one. Okay, let's get started. We have some good questions. I always love a good question or two before class because it helps shape what we're getting up to. I was sharing with Angela earlier, what's been interesting to me a lot in my practice is a lot of core strength and a lot of opening in this part of the back. Interesting in playing with inversions, my back feeling good all day and not getting kind of sore and tired. So I've been putting a few little, like, I'll call them drills in amongst my own practice. So we might try a few of those as we move through the normal flow of our vinyasa. Let's start like we always start, though, in child's pose. So toes together, knees open, arms forward, and bring your forehead down to the mat. Make your body pretty comfortable. And then take a deep breath in. And maybe have a sigh. Exhale through your mouth and just let the weight of your whole body sink down into your mat. That's it. Do that a few times if that's helpful for you. Otherwise, start to put in place a breath you didn't walk into the room with, a slow, steady, deep, rhythmic breath. It's an inhale to about 4 counts, a pause, and exhale to about 4 counts, and then another pause. This might be faster than you were breathing or slower than you were breathing. Whatever it was that you came in with, it will require shaping for our practice. You can stretch your arms long, spread your fingers out wide, put a little bit of extra weight in your pointer finger, then with each fingertip, squeeze the mat. When you squeeze the mat and press your hands down while you're breathing, see if you do become aware of the hollow of your palm lifting up, your armpits deepening and hollowing, and maybe even the pit of your belly becoming a little bit more active. Just take a couple more breaths right here and feel all of that. The way your hands connect with the ground is just as important as when your feet connect with the ground, and it creates the rest of your body. On your next inhale, bring yourself up into a tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Make your spine long and flat. While you're here in your tabletop, just a couple breaths to get your hands sinking down into the ground, your knees sinking down into the ground. There's a quality of having to let go and allow for that to happen. And once you feel like your hands are like sinking into sand, your knees sinking down, give them a bit of hugging in as well. Now we're going to put our attention only on your upper back. Breathe in, keep your spine long and flat, and as you exhale, sink your chest through your arm bones down toward the ground. So you're just sinking down. Keep on breathing and sinking your chest deeper and deeper. Let your upper back become malleable. Keep on breathing. Keep the pit of your belly hugging into your body so that it's really supportive. Stay here for this one last breath, and on your last breath, exhale, just sink. A little bit more strong pit of the belly. Then another breath in. This time as you exhale, press the ground. Let your spine move up between your arm bones to the ceiling so your upper back only gets really round. A lot of what's holding us back as we try to create poses like back bends and inversions is that this upper back area is almost like it's frozen. A little bit more pressure down, a little bit more rise up to the ceiling with the thoracic spine, the area of your spine between your shoulder blades. Then with your breath, back and forth, you choose where the inhale and the exhale goes, but on one side of your breath, sink your chest down between your arm bones. On the other side of your breath, press your chest up between your arm bones, back and forth. So it's just face looking in one spot, not even a cat and tail stretch yet, just completely concentrated on your upper back. You might even become aware of, as you press down and raise your spine up, really straight arms, handstand arms. This is the base and foundation of your ability to do a handstand right here. Strong, straight elbows, stacked, active muscles around your joints. One more time. This last time, come to the flat back. So not beyond, just right in the flat back. Then breath in, and as you exhale, look around your shoulder to your left hip or right, whichever. So your hips will swing a little more to the left. You'll look around to your left. And while you're doing that, there'll be a lot of stretching down through your right side ribs. You can almost think about pushing your ribs over more to the right so that you experience a lot of stretching. Now breathe into your ribs. Use the breathing to stretch them apart more. Almost think of it as like a balloon being blown up inside that just stretches the surface, the skin, just under the surface, the soft tissue into the muscles. One more breath, looking around the shoulder, and then opposite side. Look around the other shoulder. Hips swing to the same side you're looking at. Ribs move away from the side that you're looking at. Breathe into your side ribs. Good, all of you good shapes. Really fill up your breath. Can you feel that stretching in your rib area? One more breath in and out. Return to the tabletop. With your hands pressing down, turn your toes under, and then just press a little bit more into your hands and lift your knees up. Breathe right here. So what we don't want to have happen is your tail's popping up to the ceiling and there's a lot of strain on your lower back, this sinking and swaying belly. What we want instead is to press down and pull the pit of your belly in. While you're hovering here, you can let your chest move up and down between your arm bones as we were doing in the tabletop. So you can breathe and sink down through. And then press and come on up. 2 more times. It's a little challenging. That's okay. Good. One more time. Chest sinks down and then back up. Downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Now walk your hands forward and stretch just your hands. So you're still in the downward dog. You probably had a short downward dog. Lengthen it out. Breathe here. Inhale in your downward dog and tippy toe up high. Exhale in your downward dog and bend your knees to hover down at ankle height. So you're in this downward dog with your knees just hovering. Inhale, lift your hips up high. Exhale, press your heels down to the mat. Do that again. Inhale, tippy toe. Exhale, bend your knees and hover them. Inhale, lift your hips up high. Exhale, press your heels down. One more time. Focus on your hands while you do this last one. Bend your knees and hover. Hands press into the mat. Handstand hands. Hips up high. Press your heels down. Take a deep breath in the downward dog. Open up your mouth and just sigh. Look forward and step up to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hang in ragdoll. So belly lifting to the sky. From the side, maybe your body looks like an upside down letter U. Sway from side to side. Back and forth. Come to the center, hips a little bit wider so your feet are very sturdy. Now press them into the mat, come rolling up to standing. One bone at a time, unwind your shoulders, lift your gaze, arms overhead, hands into prayer position at the center of your chest and pause. Set an intention for your practice. 3 times we'll chant Om together. Deep breath in. Inhale and reach up. Fold to the floor as you exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. High plank to low plank. Exhale, empty. Inhale, straighten your arms, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Breathe in. Long, steady breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Here's the last one. Breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, move up to your hands. At the top, halfway lift and fold down. Feet into the ground. Stand up, lift up, look up, fold to the floor as you exhale. Lift halfway by pressing your heels into the mat. High plank to low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Stretch your body long and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. Move to your hands. Halfway lift, flat back, and fold. Press your heels into the ground. Stand up, lift the pit of your belly. Fold to the floor and empty. Halfway lift. High plank to low. You can step or drop. Upward facing dog. Lift. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Press your thumbs into the mat. Long arms. 2 more. Every time you exhale, press and make your arms long, almost like they're squeezing your ears. 1 more. Exhale, bend your knees and move up to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. 1 more round. Press your heels. Start with that. Then stand up. Now lift the pit of your belly. Fold to the floor and empty. Halfway lift. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Long breath out. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Breathe in. Bend your knees. Look forward. Move up to your hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. We'll hold this, so sit back. Arms up. Have a look down at your knees. See that they drop right down between your second and third toe. Keep that tension that is required to keep your knees, for many of us, open that wide. Deep seat back. Keep on breathing. Now, while you hold this, finger stretching, you draw the pit of your belly in, the lowest belly right there in the front of your pelvis. That's it. 1 more breath. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift, heels press. That makes your belly lift. High plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward and lunge. Take a long stride. And press your back foot down. Reach up. Hands to the floor. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side step and lunge. Inhale. Lift up. Look up. Hands to the floor. Low push up and empty. Up dog to down dog. We'll catch up together there. Two more breaths. In and out. Strong hands on the mat. 1 more. Bend your knees. Strong fingertips. Jump. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fold. Exhale. Chair pose. Sit. Inhale. Lift up and reach. Fold to the floor and empty. Halfway lift. Move to the low plank. Up dog. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Right foot forward. Lunge. Warrior 1. Inhale. Reach up. Hands to the floor. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side step. Inhale. Lift up. Warrior 1. Reach. Hands to the floor. Low push up and empty. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. There you go. That's it. Fill your lungs up, open your mouth, and just sigh. 2 more. Empty. Last breath in. Bend your knees. Move to your hands. Halfway lift at the front of your mat and fold. Chair pose. Sit back and reach up. Inhale. Fold to the floor. Exhale. Halfway lift. More pit of the belly. Low plank. Right here, pit of the belly. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, lunge. Back foot flat. Reach up. Hands to the floor, low plank. Up dog, down dog. Left side step. Press your back foot into the mat and you reach. Hands to the floor, low push up. Up dog, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. You got it. Breathe in and out. Strong arms. Last one. So our last sun salutation. Move to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Chair pose sit. Lift the pit of your belly. Fold to the floor. Halfway up. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward lunge. Anchor your back foot. Lift your belly. Reach. Hands to the floor. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left side step and lunge. Lift up. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Up dog to downward facing dog. When you get to your downward facing dog, take a breath in and let a sigh come out. Let there just be a reset. Raise your right leg into the air. Bend your knee and open your hips. So you can press your right hand into the mat, knee lifting up. And from your hand all the way up the side of your body to your knee, you stretch. Then flip the pose over, 2 feet on the floor. Anchor your feet. You got it. That's it. 2 feet there. One hand on the ground. Press your feet down and your hand down and let your body float up to the ceiling. Now see what you can see in your own body. What is there to feel and experience? Let your bottom shoulder just be hugged under your body. So press down and get this guy to settle under you more. Flip all the way around to high plank. Once you get into the high plank, point your toes, not a little bit, but all the ankle and all the toe, and lift the pit of your belly. So if you feel like you've got like butt popping up, belly sagging, pull the pit of your belly in and up. See if you can just create that hips high as your shoulders, and hold this. Press your hands down, your handstand hands down, hips a little higher. You got it. That's it, Angela. More pit of the belly. Come into the plank more, Josh. More into the plank. More into the plank. Now more belly. Breathe. It goes like this. There. More of a hollow body. Downward facing dog. Stretch back. That's a little bit of an shocker in the body the first time. Left leg into the air. Bend your knee and open your hip. Get your breath back. If it seems like it's gone, that healthy, regular Ujjayi breath, bring it back. Then flip the pose over, 2 feet on the floor. Right shoulder, yes, under your body. Left arm, it can be a cactus arm, circles, reaching over to wheel, whatever suits your body right now. Come up out of that bottom shoulder by pressing your hand into the ground, Josh. Yes, like that. Keep going like that. Get the strength to get anchored and integrated with your shoulder. Back to the high plank with your toes pointed. Find it with the pressure of your hands. As your hands press down, let the pit of your belly lift up. It's like a hollow body. Hold that. Good. Just a little more lift like that. Downward facing dog. That is not a team favorite this morning. Stretch back. You got it, Carolyn. Stretch back. Step your right foot forward for crescent lunge. So once you step forward, you'll stand on the ball of your back foot. Deep front leg lunging. Stack your heel on top of your toes by lunging forward a little bit more. Once you have all of that set up, as much as you can, straighten your back leg so you get so much stretch in the front of your back leg's hip. Then reach up for the ceiling with your bent leg hand, capture the arm of your straight leg and pull it up more to the ceiling. So you get a deep lunge, but you're pulling yourself up. Go up and go back. You got it. Just pull your arm up and back. Lift the pit of your belly. Go up and go back. Little more lift of the pit of the belly, lift of the sides of the waist. You can even look back if that's available. One more inhale, then hands into the prayer position at the center of your chest. Take a breath and twist. Left elbow to your right knee. Keep your breath flowing. Take your gaze to the front right corner of your mat so your whole body is stretching open. Yeah, so put your eyes right about on this blue block. That's it. So your body stretches open long. There. Feel that difference? You're welcome to open your arms, reach to the floor, reach to the ceiling. Breathe right here. 3 more breaths. Whenever you're creating a twist, you're just looking for the sides of your body to be maximal long and even. Last breath in, twist on the exhale, crescent lunge, reach up, open to warrior 2. So face the long left side of your mat. Keep your breath flowing as you build the pose. Go a little longer if you can, Carolyn. Yes. Once you get low in your lunge, whatever fits your body today, point your knee and your toes in the same direction. That's always a little tricky. Often the toes are over rotating. Once you're down low in your lunge, your right hip, bring that more forward while your right knee goes more back. Yeah, I know, it's a little crazy. Steady breathing. Feel how you're getting some sway in your lower back? Lift the pit of your belly up and bring this hip back a little further. There, feel a difference? Tilt for extended side angle. Reach for the floor, reach for the ceiling. So once you lock into that new alignment, that can be something we say, oh, that's hard, I don't feel strong enough. And maybe strength is what's getting built, but persevere, take breaks when you need to. Now lunge deep. Make the underside, the right side of your body really long. Tilt. Side body long. 2 more breaths. Right side body long. Last breath. Hands to the floor for chaturanga. It's a lot of stretch for the inner thigh. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Take a breath with a sigh, and we're ready for the left side. Step your left foot forward for crescent lunge. Now this time with your left hand, you can catch your right wrist and then straight back leg. Drag your body up. Look for all the front right hip space to stretch. And then pull in the pit of your belly so the sides of your body get maximum long. Now, once you have all that length and it looks good around the room, lunge, stretch up and go back. You got it. So what you've got going on here is this opportunity to make a lot of length and space, just like that. Fortify it, support it with pit of the belly. That's usually what's missing for me every single time I check in. 1 more breath, reach up and back, then hands to prayer and twist. Right elbow to your left knee. Pose by pose and breath by breath, we just bring health and well-being into our bodies. Active back legs. So now this time, gaze more like right up into this corner of that gold box. And bring your whole body with you for that. There. Long 2 sides of the body. Let your thoracic spine melt in. Remember those sinking chests we did at the beginning? That's here. Open your arms. Bottom arm to the floor, top arm to the ceiling. Now from the crease of your left hip up to the notch of your neck, make length. Yes. Press your big toe down. Your front foot's big toe down. 2 more breaths. Now you feel it stretching in your back right ribs. Last breath. Reach up to the crescent lunge. Good work. Open to warrior 2 to the right. Settle into your feet. We're looking for your front leg's inner thigh line to get really long. So instead of letting the back hip sink forward, we want to guide the front hip in and under us. The front knee open. Keep the back hip collected. Take your stride long. Go longer, go a little longer, and lunge down as deeply as you're able to. You may have to come up for a breather from time to time, and that's okay. A little bit more pit of the belly from everybody now. So that's the belly, that's the front of the pelvis. Stretch, stretch tall, tilt. Tilt by making this crease of your left hip deeper and deeper. Reach for the floor and reach for the ceiling. Maybe you get a chance to notice your back heel on the ground all the way through your spine. 1 length. You got it. There. Long left body, long and supported, lots of strength. Just breathe and feel how it is for 3 breaths. Just be relaxed with it for 3 breaths. Sink there. 2 more. Easy now. Last breath. Hands to the floor for chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, bring yourself to a high plank and turn your toes under. You've been doing these. Strong handstand arms, no swaying belly down, back sinking, but more of a hollow body. And then you're doing these chest sinks. Sink down through your arm bones, press back up. 3 of those. Sink down, press your hands and lift the pit of your belly. 2 more. Press. Last one. Press. Downward facing dog. You can feel the pit of your belly burning with those? Yeah, good. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out, look forward, step or jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Set your feet really wide, almost as wide as your mat, but parallel to the short side or the sides of your mat. Then sit way back into a bear squat. So your arms forward, ribs touching your thighs, sink back and breathe. Yeah, hips down lower if you can. Ribs down lower between your thighs. Sink your butt down. Breathe. Imagine your arms are just hugging, your palms hugging a block. Feel your ribs expand. That's it. Into your thighs. 3 more. Now, press your feet down while you're doing this and lift the pit of your belly. 2 more. Last one. Forward fold and hang. Shift your weight from side to side. Keep your feet parallel. Hook your big toe of your right foot with the fingers of your right hand. Left hand under your shoulder, on a block or on the floor. Lift your right foot up as high as it will go. It may not leave the floor. You lift it as high as your body will do it. Breathe here. 5 breaths. 4 breaths. 3, 2, keep it in the air if you can, and foot down. Shake your hips out and switch sides. Right hand to the ground, left foot to hold the big toes of your left foot, and left leg straight up to the side. Hold it there. Notice how your big toes are in one line. In other words, your left foot's not behind you. 1 more. And bring your foot down. Chair pose. Sit back, arms up. Not liking this. It's only got, you gotta wonder where else is this going? There's a lot of chair pose here. Hands to prayer, and you'll twist to the right now. So sink back, hands to prayer, elbow to your knee. From the notch of your right hip, so keep your hips straight behind you. Notch of your right hip all the way around to your chest, long. So the 2 sides of your body are long. Squat your right knee just as much as your left. So bring them, yes. There you go. More squat of your right knee. Those are tricky. They sneak away from you. Arm bones on your back. Whole body long. You're welcome to open your arms if you'd like. Just 3 more breaths. Deep squats here. Bend your right knees a lot. 2 more. Bend your right knee a lot. Last one. Chair pose and forward fold. Hook your big toes and stretch your chest down toward the floor. Once you get a little bit of tension in your arms, drawing your chest to your toes, let the weight of your head hang down to the ground. You can shake your shoulders out. Let your spine be long. Now this time, release your toes and put all of your fingertips on the ground or on blocks. Keep your big toes in one line. Lift your right foot up as high as it will lift. Straight out to your side, not behind you at all. As you get tired, it'll creep behind you, so keep your toes forward. Even on your 2 sets of fingertips, bring your, yes. Lift it as high as it goes, foot on the floor, shake your hips out. Other side, lift the left side up. Left side up. Now, as you press and sink your standing foot into the ground and your fingertips into the ground, there'll be a hollowing of your arches of your hands and your foot, and the pit of your belly will lift. Lift it a little higher, foot on the ground. Shake your hips out. Shake your legs out. Chair twist to the left. Sit down in your chair pose. Hands to prayer, twist to the left. Deep seat, hands to prayer, twist to the left. If you could imagine that you were feeling this squeeze on the two sides of your pelvis and your hips were being drawn back. So your work is like you're in a tug of war to stretch your whole side body long, chest long. And then you bring rotation. Yes, see if you can feel it in your back right rib cage. Bend your left knee more, all the way down. And look right up to your right left, or front left. Two sides of the body long. Little more breath, that's it. Open your arms if you'd like. Now commit for 3 more. Sit deep. Stretch this open. Yes. 2 more. 1 more. Chair pose, reach up. Forward fold. Gorilla pose, palms under your feet from the front. Stand on your hands. Shift your weight around in the surface of your palm and in your wrist and bring a little bit of a massage to your hands. Shake your shoulders and your head and let it all hang down to the ground. This is going to get a little juicier now. Release your hands. Put your 10 fingertips if there are 10 or if there are 9 or however many there are on the floor or on the blocks. Keep your big toes in one line. And then you're lifting and tapping. Try to tap 5 times. You can use a pointed toe as you tap. And then shake your leg out after you get the 5 and do the other side. Like straight out to the side. It may just be that you're lightening the load of the weight of your toe on the ground or it's lifting up. We're taking 10 of them or 5 of them, to the side. Then bring your foot back to the ground and take a goddess squat. Toe heel your feet open wide, hips down. This should feel a bit like some relief to the work you've just been doing in your hips. Part of making our core strong is making the stability of our pelvis strong. So using all those leg lifts, we're starting to build that strength. For who knows what else to come. So always that to look forward to. Now, shift some weight into your left foot, just a little bit more into the left, and linger there. Have a breath, all the weight concentrated to the left. Then shift the weight over to your right foot. Let the weight sit heavy in your right hip for a breath. Come back to the center, forward fold. Sway from side to side. Take your time, come rolling up to standing. All the way up, sweep your arms overhead, right side eagle pose. Wrap your right arm under and your right leg over. We'll take 1 set of this. Deep, deep squat. This could and should feel pretty good on your hips to squat like this after those side leg raises you've just done. Once you get low in the squat, then with your feet pressing down, pull the pit of your belly in and stand your body up tall. Shoulders over hips. Next breath, step out, and we'll take the opposite side. Left arm under, left leg over. Squat down. Opposite side here. Keep breathing. Step out. Hug your right knee into your chest. Hold on to your foot and extend your knee. As you press forward, knee bent or straight, or hold with a strap, let that pressing start to open your back right body under your shoulder blade. So hold on to your right foot, stand tall, and press. While you're breathing here, just put your attention on your back right shoulder blade and feel what there is to feel there. Whatever is coming up in your back right body, feel how that is for you. See if you can use an exhale to soften yourself. Soften your skin, your shoulder, your knee. Then hug your knee into your chest. Take airplane pose. Start with your body already opening up and stretch. Big toe of your standing foot is an anchor point. Press it down. Get a lot of action from your foot on the floor. Big toe pressing down, heel press it down. Notice as your toe and your heel press down how your arch of the foot lifts and your standing hip lifts. Hands to prayer position. Stay with it. Open up to half moon. Left fingers down, right arm up. The bottom left side of your body, stretch it long. I was just going to give you something to press into. Press right here. Oh, you got it. Chest open more, Josh. Now, pit of the belly, lift. I'm going to get you right here. Stretch open. There. Stretch length in your left side body and forward fold. There. Come on up to standing. Hug your left knee into your chest. If you want a strap, grab a strap and then extend your left knee. So eyes on one spot, hold on to your foot and press. Feel how it is in the back of your left shoulder rib area. As you hold the pose, refine the pose, shape it. It's often easy to start first with your breath and your drishti, then your attention to your foundation, your foot that's on the floor. Big toe press it down, heel press it down. Pit of the belly is part of your foundation. Hug it into your body. Just draw it in and see if it helps you to lift up. Hug your knee into your chest. Stretch and open, airplane pose. Little pit of the belly working here. Always the pit of the belly working. If you find that your standing knee is fully straight, locked, give it a micro bend, a softening, until you feel the mound of your big toe pressing down into the ground. When the mound of your big toe is pressing down, incorporate some quality of lift up. Thoracic spine through your body to the floor. Hands to prayer, half moon. Big toe down, stretch the right side of your waist long. Let the pose be a little bit messy rather than just going to the spot you always go to that works. So that same shift I made in your plank a while ago, Josh, pit of the belly. Lift it here. You got it, you got it. The pose gets fixed and held by the lower back. We want a little more of the pit of the belly. It's a weird little tiny tweak, and it compromises the foundation of your center of gravity. Yes, that's all right, though. Consider your practice as a practice, and you're always learning, so that's okay. Standing bow pose. We'll take one set. Right arm bone back, hold your ankle, left arm in the air. Standing foot, let it sink and anchor. So it's a quality of sinking and hugging into your center line, and then you can press. I love to give you the imagery of, think about this pose like pulling an arrow through a bow. As you stretch into it, get that quality of being stretched out. Kick back. You need more kick. Kick straight back. Caroline, I'm going to help you switch this grip. Feel how your right shoulder feels right now. And then spin. Now the difference, it's going back now. Kick straight back. Bring a lot of act. Yes, right there. Reach. You had it right there, Angela. The switch was the difference. Caroline, kick. So make it like you're stretching this bow and arrow. It'll be right through here. That's it. That's it. That's the same shift in all of your poses. It's just a subtle thing, but that's a consistent thing you can work on, and that'll make a big change. This quality of thoracic spine through your arm bones. Switch sides. Feel the difference. Other side. Left arm bone back. Grab your ankle. And then draw the arrow through the bow. Straight back. More tension in the kick from the beginning, Angela. Yes. More tension in the kick. That's it. Keep kicking. Keep reaching. Don't give up any of the kick and stretch. A little more kick. Stay with it. Now press your standing foot into the mat and lift the pit of your belly. Step out. Really nice work. Tree pose. Left foot down, right foot to your left inner thigh. Once you're in your tree pose, hands around behind, create a prayer position with your hands. Steady breath. Compress your palms together and let your arms open up. So while your hands are pressing behind you, let your thoracic spine, the area of your spine between your shoulder blades, melt forward. Like it's like when you did the tabletop and it melted to the ground. And then other than that, keep your front ribs settling into your body so you feel them pressing in the back into your fingers. You may notice that you become very long and lean. Switch sides, right foot down, left foot up. The pit of your belly is the area of the front of your pelvis. It's way below your belly button. When it draws in, it takes your pelvis from just a casual forward tilt into a natural, neutral, upright, supported position. A little more draw up the pit of the belly for some. Last breath, just relax across your chest. Step out front of your mats. At the front, sweep your arms overhead, reach up, fold to the floor with your exhale. Lift halfway, chaturanga on the exhale. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, right side triangle pose. Step your right foot forward, back foot, angle your toes and keep a really long stride, as much length between your 2 feet as you can. Right hand to the block or floor behind your right ankle. Then your work is to grow the right side of your body long and supported in your triangle. How will you do that? Well, front foot's big toe, anchor it down. You'll feel from your knee joint down into your ankle joint a spiraling down and into your big toe. But then it's a little opposite in your thigh. There's a rotating open in your thigh. Keep rotating your thigh open and your front hip crease, it'll sink deeper. Then stretch your right underside body long. You'll do that by sinking your hip crease deeper and deeper. Once you have it all set up the best that you can, pit of the belly into your body and lengthen your lower back. All right, come on up to standing. Face the long left side of your mat. Hands to your hips. Lift your chest up high. Forward fold. Walk your fingertips in front of you. Palms arcing up and sink your hips back so they hang behind your heels. You stretch from your fingertips all the way up through your armpits to your hip crease. Those 2 points, drag them apart and then breathe into the space you're creating. So while your fingers stay right there on the ground, your hips can just drag back behind your heels. So there's a tension. Instead of leaning onto your hands, there's a tension of pulling back from your hands. If you feel like the weight's in your fingertips, shift your weight back behind your heels more. That's it. And then allow for there to be this lengthening through your ribs as you breathe. Oh, parts are cracking. Even let your thoracic spine sink down to the mat between your arm bones. Keep all this incredible length that you've created, keep the weight in your feet. Keep your left fingers on the ground exactly as they are. Bend your left knee so your heel comes off of the ground. So I'm keeping my torso straight. Now I'll move my right hand only. Reach underneath of your left arm for your left calf, ankle, heel, whatever it happens to be. Then deep breath in. And as you exhale, press your left heel down. It'll drag you into a twist. You can look under your left armpit. So from your fingertips of your left hand straight through to your hip creases, long. You should be able to breathe into and feel your back right rib cage. Take a full breath in, fill up, and then sigh. Reach forward. Stabilize your right fingertips on the ground. Then you can bend your right knee so your right heel comes off the floor. Reach under your body with your left hand. Reach as far as you can for your heel, your ankle. Once you have it, keep your right fingertips stretching and then press your right heel down. It'll drag you into a twist. Breathe. You feel all that? Yes. We're isolating your back left rib area with this twist. Take a full breath in. Fill the balloon of your lungs the whole way up, and then sigh. Reach forward. Bring your hands back in and come up to standing. Turn to face the front of your mat. Standing single leg forward fold, so right leg forward, back foot at an angle, any angle that is comfortable to your body, but width and length. Hands behind your back, interlace them, or use a strap or a towel to hold hands. Lift your chest high so your whole side gets long, and then fold. Maybe stop at the halfway point with your hands behind you and just lift the pit of your belly. Let your hips reach back and then keep on folding. If there's more fold, if you're able to, let your hands spill overhead. For some, shift the weight a little bit more into your front foot. Keep going. Good. Come back up to standing, step to the front of your mat. Once you're there, sweep your arms overhead and forward fold. Lift up halfway, chaturanga as you exhale. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog, left side triangle pose. Sometimes when we approach this pose from standing, it's so that we can get this to sink deeper. So big toe down, hip crease sinking, sinking. So this underside of the body is maximum long. Then reach down. There's so much stretch in your front leg's inner thigh line. So big toe down. So there's a spiral in at the shin, but a spiral out at the thigh. When that spirals out, don't let your right hip drop toward the street, Angela. Not toward that way. Nope. More belly. Yeah. But this keeps sinking. That's a little weird, isn't it? Then once you drag the pit of your belly in, yes, your lower back has this melting quality. Feel that? It's weird, but it's there. Keep breathing. You're getting it. Right here. Come on up to standing. Face the long side of your mat. Hands behind your back. Use a strap or just bind your hands chest up high. You could take the reverse prayer and forward fold all the way down. You can let your bound hands spill overhead. And then again, we have this chance for breathing into the back ribs. So all the way through the back bottom ribs right now, you breathe. Front shoulders, you let those just open. Use your breath to tailor the healing you're inviting into your body right here. Feel whatever there is to be felt in your own body's response to the pose and work with that. How would you work with it? Bringing more strength, letting go, breathing, sighing. A multitude of options. In the pose, take a breath, open your mouth, have a sigh. Feel how it is here. Then come on up to standing. Face the front of your mat. We'll keep the hands bound behind. Standing single leg forward fold with your left foot forward, and there you go. All the way down. All the way down. Yep, keep the crease of the hips sinking when you hit this midpoint. You got it, Angela. So tug of war. I'll do a little tug. The center of the chest does a little bit. Yep. A little more pit of the belly. That doesn't mean your chest goes, though. Yeah. And if you have some softening of the front knee to fold more, that's fine, too. Good. Nice form. Twisting triangle. Right fingertips to the block or floor. Oh, we didn't do that last time. Never mind. Come on up to standing, step to the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, fold to the floor. Lift up halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Come to your high plank with your toes pointed and turned under. We've done this a bunch of times now. Pit of the belly lifting. So your hips aren't sagging down low. They're lifting and light up high. You can stay with this or you're tapping your toes. 10, 9. If you needed to put your knees down, you could. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Belly's lighter and higher. Right here before we leave the pose. More pit of the belly. Take the sway out of your lower back. Little more pit of the belly. Downward facing dog. Come to your knees for camel pose. Hands to your hips and just lift up high. Toes turned under, lift up high and open your chest. All that low belly work is kind of a lot, isn't it? But it's so good for you. Give a little lift and stretch to the pit of the belly, to the front of the hips. Come on up out of the pose, downward facing dog. Jump through your hands, sit down and roll onto your back. Taking one bridge pose, press your feet down into the mat under your knees and lift up. You don't have to lift high, but see if here in your lift up, you're able to press your feet in the ground, let the pit of your belly sink into your body, and come up toward your chin so your pelvis, even in this pose, is neutral. While you're holding your bridge with your neutral pelvis and your feet exactly where they are, we'll just march a little bit. Lift your right foot, lower it down. Left foot, lower it down. Right and down. You're trying to keep your pelvis level the whole time you're marching. If you want, you can bend your elbows and let your fingertips rest on the points of the front of your hip to just see that that stays level as you march. You can see the demonstration of me doing it. One more time each side and lower down. Were you able to keep your hips level? Knees side to side. We're not going to take wheel today. We're going to take another bridge though. Come on up to your bridge pose. Feet pressing down. If you want, you can be bending your elbows and letting your fingertips rest on the front of your pelvis so you know that you're keeping it level. Bring your right knee into your chest. Breathe here. Press the big toe of your standing foot down. Straighten your right leg to the ceiling. Keep your hips level and then lower your right leg to the ground. Maybe touch your heel. Lift it back up. Keep the two sides of your waist long as you do this. 3 times. One more time. Back up. Bend your knee. Foot on the floor. So maybe what you're doing as the little test and measure is maybe your fingers aren't on the top of your pelvis right now. There are these Barbie-shaped hands around your pelvis, pressing it away from you to ensure your waist stays long. Left knee into your chest. Toes up to the ceiling. And then you're lowering and raising 2 sides of your body equally long. Lower and raise 3 times. 1, 2, straight leg lowering and raising, and 3. Were you able to keep your 2 sides long? Come on down, knees side to side. Did a lot of core work today. Hug your knees into your chest. From here, we're going to take a pigeon pose on your back. Right ankle to your left knee. Let your legs look like a number 4. Hug your left thigh into your chest. Breathe and feel your ribs breathing into the floor behind you. See whatever there is in your own body that you could relax. And then switch sides. On number 4 with your left leg and draw your right knee into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest, legs straight up in the air. Open your arms wide. Make a W shape with your arms so the back of your hand is on the ground and your palms face up. So move your feet just slightly away from your face until the tiniest little bit of your lower belly strength kicks in. If you need soft knees are fine. On your back, legs straight up in the air. Once you get settled in the pose, so the backs of your arms can rest on the ground. Take a deep breath in and maybe a sigh, and just let the weight of your legs melt down into the back of your pelvis. Then hug your knees into your chest. You can drop your knees to the left and look to the right. Take a breath in and sigh. Switch sides. Breath in here and sigh. Come to the center, Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees open wide. And then stretch your legs out long into Shavasana. There's a cold eye towel here in the studio next to your body, if you would like that. Begin to deepen your breathing, and while you're deepening your breath, squeeze your fingers and your toes. Give them a wiggle or move your head from side to side. Then hug your knees into your chest. Roll to your side and come up to a sitting position. Once you're sitting tall, you can reach your arms overhead, stretch up even higher, and then bring your hands into rest at the center of your chest in prayer position. Take a moment to just feel how it seems and feels to you right now with the work that you've completed this morning. How your body feels, how the world seems, and create an intention for the rest of your day. One more time, we'll chant together. Take a deep breath in. Thumbs to the center of your forehead. Pause, a moment of gratitude for yourself, taking care of yourself today. Gratitude for the others who helped to make your practice possible. Deep breath in. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks for trying some new work. You can incorporate any of that extra strength work into your practice. If that felt hard today, it won't take long of just doing it to make it a little easier. All we were doing were making these planks where instead of letting it hang or sag like this, we were lifting, getting the pit of the belly lift from the press of the hands down. That will translate into so much different ability in so many other kinds of poses. So just add it in when you can in your own practice, and then we'll check back in on new strength and how we can use that. Thanks for being here today. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Yeah, see you next time.